Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the St. Louis podcast for May 19th, 2023. I'm one of your glorious hosts, Garrett Atkins, the CEO of an award-winning and fastest-growing marketing agency, founder of the studio we're sitting in right now, chairman of a holding company that owns multiple home service companies, writer for Forbes.com via the Forbes Agency Council, and I'm alongside my co-host and business partner across a few of those companies, and a proud owner of a driver shot yesterday that commands respect, leaving even PGA professionals in awe. Get ready for our conversation today. Eric,
thank you.
How are you today, sir?
I'm doing well because let me tell you, I was cranking some good shots yesterday on the golf course. I really stepped up for my team on the scramble, even though we still got one over. I'm pretty happy with the
Now I'm gonna have to call
yesterday.
complete bullshit on that. You are not a golfer with your suits in here.
No, I didn't. No suits on the golf course yesterday.
Joey, do you golf?
Strictly golf attire.
Because I don't care about golf. So, anyways,
Oh,
you should have left it about your beard. We did 10 episodes in a row where we talked about your beard at the end of the intro. But anyways, today we have Joey.
We had
Yak.
to change it up today, you know.
Yes, well, you did. It's the streak's over. Today we have Joey Yak, content creator and entrepreneur at the Yak Agency on the St. Louis podcast, and we're going to get into the weeds with him and his business. But before we do, this is the St. Louis podcast where each and every Friday at 7 a.m. Central Standard Time, we drop an episode on all major podcasting, audio, and video platforms such as Spotify, Apple, YouTube, major social media platforms, and more, where we meet with the most badass people and creators to talk about business, entrepreneurship, and current events. You can watch the show live or later on youtube.com/the St. Louis podcast, just like Katie Baker and Matt Parker are right now. Let's jump into it. Joey, how are you doing today?
What up, Doe?
What's up?
What's
up?
good?
It's a normal ass day. Had a couple meetings and really had to mentally prepare for your hypeness today.
You already know. Guys, I am Joey Yak. Yak stands for you already know. And if you don't know by the end of this episode, you never will. Dun, dun, dun.
There we go. So we got Joey Yak on the podcast today, content creator, entrepreneur, owner of the Yak Agency, specializing in creating videos for businesses that focus on entertaining and educating, and of course, converting and making them some goddamn money.
Yes.
He also makes custom music for entrepreneurs. What else? You got 4 or 5. You got the home service.
Home service commercials,
Lay it
mattress
out for us.
commercials.
What else we got?
RealestateCommercials.com, where I rent commercials to local business owners so they don't have to spend the high ticket like some of these bigger businesses do. I'm a St. Louis local dude. I'm from North County, Hazelwood, my neighborhood, but I'm Winsfield now because I got kids. And I love helping business owners get attention because it's not about being the best, but who can get the most attention. And it's not about who you know, but who knows you.
Mm-hmm.
So I started Get Attention STO, and we've known each other for quite some time, and we've all watched each other build. And it's now my time to, I like to say, I didn't have to profit from my city to be successful. Not saying it's bad to do it, and not saying I strategically did that. But looking back on, I needed a passion project and something for my soul, and I've made enough money now to understand money doesn't fulfill me. I love it. I'm money hungry and money motivated, but like when they hit and seeing like, oh, this amount in sales and revenue, and I just don't care.
There's more to life.
There is, man, and I just want people to understand that, man. Like it's bigger than money, and I'm here to give back to the community and to our city in the genius that I have, right? Like that, my zone of genius is being creative, being an edutainer. We have to entertain people, and we can educate them as business owners. But it's just getting deeper, man. Like I just want everyone to, in the St. Louis area, I've got a lot of game from these entrepreneurs that I've worked with, bro. So it's time to get back to the city.
So what's your plan there? So so what's the brand called?
Get Attention STO.
Okay, so what's the process? What's the thought behind that? Where'd you come up with the idea, and then of course, how are you implementing that?
So check this out. Someone asked me the other day, about a month and a half ago, and was like, "Who do you work with in St. Louis right now?"
Mm-hmm.
I'm always like, I work with Tim Grover. I work with, which is Michael Jordan trainer, Kobe Bryant's trainer. He can work with anyone in the world, and he's working with us. Dope, right? Working with all these other businesses. Who's your client in St. Louis, though? Damn. I was like, I ain't got none. Because I wasn't focused at all. And I'm sitting over here, and I'm like, damn, dude, it's like, I got NOCO tatted on my stomach. Like I'm I'm North County, I'm Hazelwood, just messing around all the time. but I'm out here not giving back to the city. You know, you see a lot of people get famous or they get rich and like they ain't really doing anything in the community, but I wanted to. But I need to solve a problem still. So the problem that I've been seeing a lot of entrepreneurs and business owners go through is they try to hire a social media team or they try to hire a videographer team. And they're spending W-2 and it's like $3,500 a month and it's way more than that if you get a real one. And I just have learned that it's like an assembly line and a machine that you truly need in order to have a personal brand organically as well as a business brand. So I have this thing called the zone method where we come into your business. We make sure that you're making strategic content, zone 1, zone 2, zone 3. We got a thing where we come to your business and shoot it, or you come to Yak HQ on the LED wall. We have editors. We have social media posters. We have these things called distros where there's the one who's distributing it, but engaging with what we call the hot top 3, where it's like people that you want to know you, and it's a whole machine.
Yep.
So it's like, yeah, we're going to get you more attention. Yeah, we're going to spotlight St. Louis, but really it's people that are trying to hire social media teams. I'm going to just put my machine in there. It's going to be cheaper. It's going to be better, and it's going to be more hands-off for you. So it's creative, consistent content, but convenience. You get on camera 1 time a month, 2 times a month, and have your entire month planned out, and you don't have to post it. You don't have to do anything. Let my team do it.
The biggest thing for business owners.
Creative consultant too.
Yeah.
Like that's the big thing is like videographers. You know, you hire these people. You have to have a videographer. You have to have a creative consultant. You have to have an editor. You have to have a distributor. You have to have all that stuff in place. And you're telling me that you're going to hire somebody for $3,500 a month and expect them to know all that?
No.
Come on, that's a unicorn if you got it, right?
Yeah. I've tried to get people in place to do video multiple times, and the biggest struggle is just finding someone to distribute, which I could distribute it. I don't want to, but I could because I post for myself on social media. But the hardest part to find was the creative direction.
Yeah. Because
as we were talking about, because, you know, audience, I'm actually hiring Joey Yak to do my personal brand content, and you should too. That said, I like I was telling you, I just wanted someone to tell me what the fuck to do with my social content because I don't have enough time to like research, figure out the best thing, A/B split test, but just do all the stuff you just named off that goes into it.
I already know.
Like fuck that. Anyone that, you know, is worth investing in their personal brand, they don't have the time either for the most part, unless that's what they do. And
well,
like,
and the
that's
reason
their
why I
thing.
solved this is because I didn't have the time, right? It's like I have an in-house videographer. I have editors. Like it's really an assembly line, like with the car. You know, they make this part, they move it down the assembly line, they get that part. It's the same thing here,
Yeah,
and
that's
for
how
most businesses is.
Yeah.
You know.
That's how it works for SEO at our company at Buy Media. I mean, we have people that do the copywriting, people that do the web. And if it's an assembly line, you can offer cheaper pricing to clients because you broke it down because it's getting done quicker. And you're going to have specialists because instead of one person having to learn all these things and being a jack of all trades, you have people that are a master of one thing and then it being passed off to the next guy.
And I don't need them. So it's like it's a difference when you have a business and like, you know, when you first start, and I'm sure like other videographers here, social media agencies here, they need sales. So they take on clients that they shouldn't. Me, I'm about ROE and ROH over ROI. Return on energy and return on happiness. I'm doing this as a passion project. Not and hey, we might profit off it. Awesome. I'm looking to scale this thing, but with the right people. And I'm very particular on that because I have a culture to protect as well for my team. And I'm giving my in-house team to you. So it's like the money don't matter if I'm not being fulfilled. If I can't leave my day going home to be a loyal freaking husband and a present father and have that good energy, this shit don't matter.
Yeah.
Flat out.
And the return on energy and the return on happiness thing, I haven't heard it say that way, but that's like a big thing for me. I was just talking to the guys who run West County Insulation for us, our partners over there. I was just telling them about making sure that their why isn't about money because then A, they want to have money, and B, they won't be happy. And like my why is helping friends, family, and people I meet along the way. And if I do that, like truthfully, figure out what my friends, family, and people I meet along the way that I partner up with or hire or whatever, figure out what makes them happy and make that happen. Most likely as a byproduct of that, I'm going to make plenty of money and I'll be taken care of anyways. Because if I'm able to be in a position where my friends, family, and people I meet along the way or have houses, are able to raise a family and have kids, which, you know, not everyone, but a lot of people, that's what they want. You know what I mean? That takes a lot of money to do that. If I'm able to make that happen for them or help, assist, whatever, then obviously I'm going to be doing all right. You know what I mean?
Totally.
And so making sure your why, money can be a byproduct of your why, but your why probably shouldn't be money.
That's finite versus infinite thinking, right? Finite is just transactional. It's just, here's this, here's money in, money out, whatever, versus infinite, which is thinking 20 years down the road, building whatever it is you're actually building. And if you're building it properly, and obviously, like you're saying, culture, I every single once a month, I do a business council. And one of the things is core values. That's what we talk about on a consistent basis there, because it's a big thing. It's like, how do you instill core values in your team? Can your team, like if you go to your team and you ask them, what's our 3 core values at the business? Do you think they'd be able to tell you what they are?
Probably not as exactly as that. Where I'm on real big right now, and I'm not saying we shouldn't have that, is Joey Yak has to lead from the front.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
I have to show up every day, and I have to lead by example. And like when they see me or they feel me.
Yep.
They're not working for me. They're working with me. Like I make sure my team feels a part of something. And one thing that I see I do very well for creators is I'm a visionary. I know how to sell a vision and see a vision and have people every day wake up excited to attack that vision. And the vision may change and adapt. But, they say if, 10 people are saying it's pouring outside, it's got to be sprinkling at least.
Yep.
And with my results, my instincts has a win streak of, wow, it's got to be sprinkling. And that's where the imposter syndrome left for me personally. And that's why my team sees it in me and can feel it. And I just double down on learning more about me and trying to be the best. And honestly, the day I figured out I'll never have it fully figured out is when I figured it all out. When I heard that one day, in my mind, the day I figured out I'll never have it figured out is when I fully figured it out, man. And expansion is my why. I want to expand. I come from, my dad's in prison right now, on some drug charges that were from the past. I come from a broken family. Tim Grover said something to me. He said, there's 2 guys. One guy that comes from the broken family, another guy that comes from the broken family. You ask the guy, person 1, why aren't you successful? I come from a broken family. You ask guy 2, why are you successful? Because I come from a broken family. Choices. The day I said, wow, I choose to win. Everything is a choice. Everything is a decision. And that's why the day I decided, June 30th, 2016, I was an alcoholic. I was ratchet. I had the music. I'm sure we'll get into my story, whatever. But it's like every day is a choice. And when you can change your perspective and train your brain and learn how to unlearn, we go to school. Man, don't get me started, dude. We go to school to learn this shit, but they never taught us how to learn.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's crazy, man. I feel like I've lived about 8 or 9 lives for real. And older I get, the more I'm just like, the more I understand I don't know.
So you just said how to learn.
Yeah.
It was funny because this morning we talked about how to read. Because I was asking, there's people that read 5 books a year, 10. There's people that say they read hundreds. And I'm like, realistically, you read hundreds of books. What are you actually keeping in? Because if I'm not taking notes, if I'm just even listening to an audiobook, I don't remember any of that stuff. So it's like really what's coming down to it. And then also, we were never taught how to read. Like, what's the proper way to actually read a book, to take in that information, and to properly utilize that, like, in your life, right? There's apparently a book that's called How to Read. I ordered it this morning.
I'm going to order it too. That's fire.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah.
I love that because I'm bad with that too. I'm from the music background. If like I'm a metaphor wordplay type of guy. So if you say like wood, like we're talking about a wood table, but I would say I wish you would, and my brain will go to like different metaphors. It's weird, and it's just like from the music instinct. So if I'm reading a book and it says something, my brain will go like that. But on the reading tip, I usually take that one thing that I learned. Like if I hear something at page 15, I'll put the book down and be like, yo, I got my nugget for right now. I'm looking for one nugget out of each book, and then I'll reread it, and then I'll find a different nugget. I reread a lot of the same books, but shit, my basement is flooded with books, boy.
I do
shit
a
I've never
similar
even read.
thing. I'll be listening to either a podcast, audiobook. Sometimes I'll read. I started reading again just recently some book by Alex Hormozy, the $100 million deal or whatever.
Yeah.
That's
great book.
super fire. And it's not very long either, so
He's
I
a
like that
beast.
because I fucking hate long ass books.
Yeah.
That said,
And it's big.
Yeah, it's
You
big.
know what I'm saying? It's not hella words on
No,
crammed on a
it's
page.
not many pages, and it's real big pages like a children's book. I'm like, this is perfect for
Yeah,
me.
same.
You know what I mean? So that said, whenever I'm listening to something, I didn't realize, but I do the same exact thing you're doing. Like I take one nugget out, and I probably won't pick up the book or listen to it again for a while, and I immediately implement that thing into the business.
Yeah.
Like the team will know if I've been reading something because I'll come into the office. Ooh, the headphone went out on the left side. The team will know I've been reading something because we'll have a team meeting where I'm implementing something new that I learned.
Yeah.
But
dude, I'm sure my team, they come in, they see me, I'm always doing some shit. I'm always starting to do like, here we go. Especially my wife.
what's the most recent thing you've started some shit with?
Get Attention STO is like the momentum I'm building right now for my team. And real estate commercials, actually, we just launched yesterday to where I got these ads and like people pay $5,000 to $25,000 for them and they can own them. But like those videos might not work. So that means you got to come and buy more.
Yeah.
So now I just have a video ad software where you really don't even need someone to run your own ads and you don't need a videographer. You pay for the year for the video ad software. You run your ads through our software. It's already templated. It's ready to run. It's through our thing is go viral in 3 clicks. It's fire. I'll send it to you.
Okay.
You'll be like, damn, bro, scale mode. And right when I walked in here, had a 4-minute VSL, paid in full for the whole year. Didn't even talk to him. I'm like, yo, I'm making money when I sleep. Making money when I sleep. I'm figuring it out, bro. I'm figuring it out. It's super fire. That's dude, I'm just passionate. If it's not about content, I probably won't do it because that's my zone of genius. Like, I'm a creative consultant. I'm a creative director, and I know how to build. I'm built to build. And I know how to build teams inside of companies now because I always claim, like, I'm not an operator, and I'm not. I'm a builder. I start shit for 3 to 5 months, and I'm some Rob Dyrdek shit. Go operate this shit. Go run this shit.
He's
I'll
got a
create the content.
podcast. You ever watch it?
Yeah, all the time.
Okay.
I'm a podcast junkie.
I didn't realize. I actually just saw a clip of his like a couple weeks ago. I didn't know he had a podcast, but
Dude, he's a
I saw him
beast.
recently on another podcast. Is all within the past couple weeks. I'm like, I never knew that I always pictured him as like the fantasy
I already
factory guy. You know what I mean?
No, dude,
and then I
he is
listened to
that
his. I was
dude.
like, holy shit, he is super smart. I forget what he was talking about.
He's talking about like
something
data
profit and data. Yeah, something profit
with
and data.
time.
Yeah.
Like he like literally maps his whole life out, and he's and I'm like, yo, I'm rocking with Rob Dyrdek.
Yeah.
I almost attacked him for real. Like I got that instinct. I was like, but I'm at the point now. I think I know everyone that I need to know, and I think a lot of it's like when I used to back in the day drink alcohol. I used to have this thing where like I would try to hook up with every single female as a game, and I was just a complete douchebag. Like I'm so lucky I have my wife. For real.
How successful were you though?
Then?
Mhm.
Hell no, I wasn't. I mean, I was on tour.
No. I mean, how successful were you with the ladies?
Oh, I was very.
There.
But I don't brag on that, wifey. I don't at all. But it was the same thing with business a little bit. I got that addictive personality,
Mhm.
you know. So it's like
Same.
I love attacking. I call it, boy, don't get yak attacked. If you come into this vibe and energy of you're getting yak attacked, I'm making you a song. I'm making you a commercial. I'm gonna give them to you, and you're gonna have to say bye, or you're gonna buy.
Yeah.
Flat out, bro. Tim Grover, I did it to him. It took 5 years to get any money out of him, but I told Tim, like, yo, you ain't got to give me no bread. Ever. Like, I'm grinding with you, and they pay me, but we're doing some big shit for him this summer, like some documentary style type shit.
Nice.
Sick.
Fuck yeah.
I'm excited.
Congrats on that. Well, some people who do know you may not know, and the people who don't know you, there's something about you. You do a lot with music in your marketing content, your content for businesses. How did you discover the intersection of music, video, and business?
Yeah, so everything's preparation to your promise. So, like, there's something you're going through right now, and you're like, damn, like, why am I here? It's because the next thing that you're going to do, you prepared for it. So I'm going to say this real fast. I'll try to, because the story is long. But 9 years old, dude, I met Ali from the St. Lunatics, which is Nelly's group. Obviously, we're St. Louis. Everyone knows who Nelly is.
Yep.
And like my dad grabbed Ali and was like, yo, you got to listen to me rap talking about him. And I'm in the back seat, getting it. And he's like, yo, like I see your son as like Little Bow Wow, like Disney Channel, right? They blew up. I ended up going to like video shoots with all them, and it was dope. Got the rap for Nelly, got the rap for Murphy Lee and all them. And that planted the seed in my heart. We lost touch, but I started as J Fresh, JFR 3 $H, and I was wearing clothes that I could probably fit in today.
Yeah.
And I started throwing shows, had like 400 or 500 people at the shows, building a big buzz in St. Louis, North County area, and kept going. And I think one thing I really want, even if it's not business owners watching this or listening, is, man, you never know who's paying attention until you give them something to pay attention to. So I got my that seed planted in my heart, and Ali, 10 years later, with me building the buzz, called me. I just dropped out of Lewis and Clark. I was playing soccer, and honestly, I was selling weed out of my mom's basement. Had no money. I was a porter at Lou Fuse Kia right around here, and I was like, "Who is this?" He was like, "Ali." He was like, "I want to sign you." Signed a record deal, my first record deal. Just had my daughter at like 19, 20 years old. Got a deal with Universal Republic, Dirty and TB, all we got. That lasted 8 months. My dad was not in my picture around that time in my life. Like, after I met Ali, he says he hit the crack pipe. Legit. This is real. Blinked and 15 years went by. So he was in and out of rehab. He got a new wife, had other kids, all that stuff. Me not having a male role model in my life growing up, music was the therapy, but I was very young, immature, stubborn. And when I got that record deal, I thought I was the guy that got the job as the manager. But really, it's just the job as the janitor, bro. You're not LeBron. You're on the team, but whatever. Left that deal within 8 months. Got new management. Crazy Bone from Bone Thugs and Harmony heard about me. Said, if you can come out to LA, I'll check you out. That led to 4 hours in the studio, which led to 10 hours that led to 4 songs, which led to 10 hours in the studio. Me and him did a song called "Scraping the Sky." By this time, my name's Yak Boy Fresh.
So how old were you?
About 23.
Okay.
I was Yak Boy Fresh.
How old are you now?
31.
Okay.
31, dog. 92, baby. And went on a nationwide tour with Bone. Ended up in Hollywood, Miley Cyrus's house, like tour buses with my face on it, living that rock star lifestyle. I told people I lived off AA batteries, Adderall, and alcohol. For real. It was bad. Wake up, Adderall, go to sleep, alcohol, different city, different whatever every night. Anything I wanted, I had it. But that's when I truly realized, like, I want everyone to know who I am, but I don't even know who I am. I'm actually like running from being my dad, and truthfully, I'm being the same as him, because I was flying first class on a guilt trip with me being away from my daughter. Remember, I have a kid. So I'm in LA, I'm doing this stuff. I'm broke as hell, fucking Totino's pizzas. Like, eat half of it in the morning, other half at night, taking Adderall so I ain't hungry, It was awesome, whatever. I felt a voice inside, which is God, and I didn't know that at the time. That was like, you're Hazelwood, not Hollywood. You need to go home. You're Hazelwood, not Hollywood. I always heard that, and I thought I was just like, Joey, you're cool, like wordplay type stuff. And I left, man. I didn't listen to it for about 12 to 18 months. For real, I ended up leaving. I went back home. When I went back home to St. Louis, I told my wife, who's my wife now, thank the Lord, that, hey, I'm done playing. I'm here. I'm about to get some money. I'm about to straighten up. It took 6 months for me to do that, to like get straightened up. But then I got in my first sales position, is how we're going to transition now into the business game. I got into my first sales position. I got sober June 30th, 2016. That was literally what changed my life. I said, in order for this new guy to live, the old person of me had to die. Yak Boy Fresh had to go. He was gone. Boom. Had to kill him. And I birthed a new me, man. I started telling people, I overdosed on the Holy Ghost. I started being on the worship team. I'm a Christian on a mission. Like, I went deep, bro. Got sober, got into that, got engaged to my wife, got into sales, doing digital marketing products. And it took me 1 month, and I was like, yo, I've been a sales guy my whole life. So, okay, I thought I was supposed to be this Justin Bieber dude, right? This Justin Bieber MGK was, everybody said. There's this guy that has his hair like Justin Bieber, but he's got that grit like MGK. That's who I should have been on tour with, not Bone Thugs and Harmony, by the way. But I'm at this sales job. I'm closing. I made my first $100,000 before chargebacks and started learning the game, and I would make songs for people that canceled. Like, I was like, yo, bro, like, I got my commission. Can't cancel. So I would make them songs for them to not cancel. And they're like, yo, man, I would pay for this. Like, forget that service.
Yeah.
I would pay for this. Took me 2 years, and I went to my first seminar, and it was like Billie Jean is marketing and Mark Lack, and I was with Babcock, actually. And because he knew, it was in LA, he knew that I had plugs, for connections down in LA for us to stay. So we slept on my boy Scotty's couch. He bought the tickets to the event. I looked at him, I was like, this is a real thing. I'm them. I just ain't got their money yet. Took me 5 months. I ended up quitting. Took all my money out of my 401k, which was like $6,000. And I said, I'm going all in. And I started doing podcast intros. And then I started yak attacking people, the top dogs, Billy Jean, Tim Grover, Ryan Stewman, Bradley, Cole Hatter, Garrett J. White, all these people that I know are making millions of dollars. And I would make them songs and I would just give it to them. I would hire my boy Matt, which is my main videographer. Yo, I need you to come film this. I would steal their footage offline, blend it with mine so it looked like we had it. And Billy Jean was my first dude. He called me. He was like, yo, who are you? Well, I'm Joey Yak. Yak stands for you already know. And if you don't know by now, you probably never will. I literally started this business in my shed in the backyard. I called it the BB. I would do episodes like, welcome to the BB backyard business. We out here getting money. 10 by 12 shed. I, started in the RV, a 2-bed, 1-bath house. Dude, I was so broke. Just started that, and which led to intros, which led to theme songs, which led to what I'm doing now, kind of. I mean, it's like I did a little bit of entrepreneur with Wake Up Warrior 2019. Like, he seen me, and he said, I feel called from God to pay you $100,000 in 2019 for the entire year to only work for me. So I was getting paid $8,000 a month sitting in my shed editing their content, learning how to real business. That's my advice to these entrepreneurs that are, or these quote-unquote entrepreneurs. Like, you need to become an entrepreneur, because it doesn't matter if you're number one. You could be number 3 to someone else's number 1, which still makes you number 1, the CEO of your life, and you provide more value, you make more money, whatever. He ended up firing me at the end of the year, told me, yo, you're your own boss. And at the time, I didn't believe it. I was like, this dude just don't want to pay me no more. But ever since then, I've never made less money. I flew, and I ended up hiring another videographer, started to attack more people, and here we are today. And it's like, now I'm just seeing the crazy results, and like I said, it's preparation to the true promise. Like, I had to go through the 20 years of music and then the 2 years of sales experience to learn how to speak to business owners in order for me to package up my past and my pain and my passion. And now I present it to my platform and make a profit from it. And it's a blessing, dude. And my real goal, my real why, is to help other creators learn how to get compensated and how to let other artists learn how to make money making music. Because, dude, I live in abundance, bro. Like, there was somebody talking that shit, learning that I did get attention STL, and I'm like, no, stop thinking local. I tell people I got a local grind, but a global mind. I'm trying to put everybody on. We all can eat. Eat with me or watch me eat. It's like grind with me or I'm going to shine without you. That's what I've been saying. But, dude, that's my story, and I know I don't want to, just talk, but I think it's very important for people in St. Louis to listen to stories from other people in St. Louis, because a lot of these people are only a 50 to 150 mile radius. They might have went to the Lake of the Ozarks. You know what I'm saying? They might have went to Branson. You know what I'm saying? But they've never, what they need to understand, and what I realized is, me as a North County dude, and I say it proud, is there's a lot of Joey Yaks out there. And there's a lot of Garretts and there's a lot of Erics. For real. But we don't think that, because it's like,
come on now. There's only one.
And I do have one of a kind on my chest, but the perspective of, wow, like, we are all as one. You know what I'm saying? I just don't think local. I truly think global, but I hustle like I'm local. And I just want to instill that this shit is bigger than content for me, bro. I want people to look at me and be like, that's a lighthouse. That's a glow. This dude wakes up every day as a father, as a husband, and as a straight person that wants to elevate his city. And that's where my heart is, man.
Cool.
So the entrepreneur.
Real quick. And now a moment from our sponsors.
Oh, yes. Moment from our sponsors.
Hey there, St. Louis podcast listeners. We've got some exciting news from our sponsor, Farmers Insurance of St. Louis, led by the man, the myth, the legend, Mark Lee. Mark Lee of Farmers Insurance is recruiting agency owners here in St. Louis.
That's right, Garrett, and everyone knows what Farmers Insurance is, and if they don't, they will now.
Yes, it's kind of a household name. That said, as many of you know, a large part of our audience is made up of badass business owners, entrepreneurs, and top producing sales professionals with an open mind like yourself. Farmers Insurance is currently searching for driven individuals who aspire to own their own business or already own their own business and want to add another income stream to join the Farmers Insurance brand and own their own insurance agency.
This is a stellar opportunity to build your own insurance agency from scratch, take over an existing agency, or if you're just a slow roller, we know you the guys out there and ladies, get paid to train under an existing successful agency owner before starting your own.
Holy shit, Eric. That means that whether you have experience as a business owner or you've never heard the word business before in your life, there's a pathway to owning your own business through Farmers Insurance Agency led by Mark Lee.
That's right. You can become a Farmers Insurance business owner even if you've been homeless in the past, just like you.
Yeah, thanks.
If you've ever dreamt of being your own boss, building a team under a reputable brand, and making a difference in your community by offering top-tier auto, home, and commercial insurance to consumers and businesses in your area, Farmers Insurance of St. Louis, led by the godlike man himself, Mark Lee, has the perfect opportunity for you.
Visit insurancecareerstl.com to speak with Mark Lee, the district manager of Farmers Insurance of St. Louis, to become a Farmers Insurance Agency owner today.
Did you hear that, St. Louis? Go visit insurancecareerstl.com. Insurancecareerstl.com. That is INSURANCE, career, CAREERSTL.com.
To become a business owner today. Again, one more time, visit insurancecareerstl, as in St. Louis.com today. Right now, this second, or reach out to us at stlouispodcast.com and we'll introduce you to Mark Lee ourselves. And I promise he won't spell out insurance and career to you.
Now back to the show.
I don't think I do. I think.
Thank you for listening to that. Back to the show. All right, so we just talked about entrepreneur and entrepreneurs.
That read-in was so great, buddy.
Hey. All right, entrepreneurs and entrepreneurs. You just talked about how a lot of advice you would give is for people to join essentially an existing organization and build essentially a team inside that organization, correct? Mm-hmm. As an entrepreneur, before you try and go out and do things on your own, correct?
Absolutely.
So would you expand kind of on that, on why you feel that way? Have you seen people join your organization and have that success and then leave and go start their own? Or, why do you feel that way?
I think every business that I work with, I try, because I'm a big B2B guy. Like, I'm just business to business. I'm not a B2C type of, like, even my ads are just, they crush for B2B. So I stay in my lane. And entrepreneurs are great for your zone of genius. So I got these video ad softwares. I technically say I'm an entrepreneur because I run all the creative inside of these businesses that I own. And I own a majority of them, but I give ownership away to a lot of stuff because I can either have a business that is a grape, or I can have a fucking watermelon and still have half of that. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Yep. Or even 20 of that. Like I'm very, I know the creative side. So a lot of these people want to be an entrepreneur because it's kind of the cool thing to do.
Yeah.
And it's like, yo, bro, like, you're a visionary. You're not an operator. You want this 100%, and if you want the 100% of the grape, by all means, do your thing, But my zone of genius is creative, so I'm always going to go with the entrepreneur mindset inside of a company, and not just the skills of business, but the people, who you are, your character. I say this: my content makes you do business with me. My character makes you do life with me. I love that. I'm gonna quote that thing and put it on the wall because that's real shit. You should have that.
Make a sign. Hey, let's get a sign, man. There we go.
No, but for real, entrepreneurs, like, before you become an entrepreneur, I highly recommend going to find someone that's doing what you do and go inside of that company and say, hey, I want to earn while I learn. I'm willing to take that pay cut. I'm willing, at the time when I got the $8,000, shit, I needed that, boy. That wasn't no pay cut. That was a raise. Consistent, no chargebacks? Hold up, I ain't got no chargebacks. Shit, I ain't got to outsell a chargeback. So what is your zone of genius? Go find a business owner that is doing what you do, become an entrepreneur, and you might realize that you don't want to be an entrepreneur. You want to be the entrepreneur. I'm not saying go in there with gritty intentions like, I'm going to learn the game and then run out on you, because you're not a real business. A real, like us, we're going to see that shit from a mile away.
Yep.
You can feel that energy.
You can. Yeah.
So how long have you been in business, like with your first business? Which is, I'm assuming, the Yak Agency, but maybe it's not.
So the Yak Agency, I mean, it's technically Gold Rush Media, LLC. You know why I said that? Can I tell that real quick?
Sure.
Hey, we wrote some checks over to you. We know. Gold Rush Media. We always to that LLC. It's funny.
When I was a rapper, right, I was like, damn, I'm trying to find the gold. But in the gold rush, the people that sold the shovel
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
was the one who made all the money. So I started selling the talent, my music, my creativity. So I have a gold shovel and shit, and that's like how Gold Rush Media. But I mean, Yak Agency is just kind of what I say. But me starting 2018 is when I quit my job. So formed the LLC 2018 technically is when I first started business.
Okay. Dope.
Do you give gold bars out to clients?
No, but I
Fake
should.
ones?
I should.
There's like a gold whiskey or something that'd be sick if you just gave out
Gold
to everyone.
shovels, maybe?
Yeah.
You know? Why gold
That-
bars?
Oh, I mean, I guess that makes
Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, that gold bars have nothing. In fact, it's like
Do you give
the
gold bars?
opposite.
No.
The gold-
Delete that.
The gold bars is like
Delete it.
the gold
No, you gotta
bars-
keep it.
The
That's
gold
real
bars
shit.
is like the opposite of his point.
Yeah,
You're
he's-
right, but you know, also gold bars are pretty cool.
It is.
I guess you can always melt it down and make a gold shovel out of the gold bar.
Facts.
Yeah, they should do that totally. Take the time to do that with his gold bars. Dude, that was a really good talking point. That was good. It's actually was so good that it's hard to move on. All right, so let's
Next
see
topic.
here. What have you ever met someone who does the same thing that you do with music and business?
I've seen people like, and we always make fun of it, like jingles.
Mhm.
But I say I make bangers. I don't make jingles. And if you call
Well,
it, a
I'd say what you
jingle-
do is different from a jingle I heard on like 1999 radio.
Absolutely.
You
And
know
we
what I
just
mean?
say bangers. Like, damn, that's a banger, bro. Like, you hear a dope song, you might say that, right? That's the vibe. But
Yep.
I've met a couple people. I mean, they aren't doing it at scale because they don't understand the business side. They're just an artist,
Mhm.
or they're just a videographer, or they're just an editor. But no one that has been nerded out into sales and marketing like me. 'Cause
How many do you think you've done?
songs?
Yeah.
Oh
Well,
my
on the business side. On the
God.
business side.
Hundreds,
Oh, really?
easy. And I can
Shit.
do them in like 20 minutes, bro. For real.
Right.
I can look at a
Edited?
website. Yes. I can look at a website and go off. Like he's seen me do it multiple times. For real, bro. It's because I got a template and with the plugins and everything ready on Pro Tools. And like it's ready. And I go. Give me 20 minutes. I tell people, you ain't paying for the 20 minutes. You paying for that 20 years experience, dog.
Mhm. Yep. Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter how long it takes you. Does not matter to the client.
Yep.
It,
They don't.
done ya.
That's actually crazy fast. There's a business in the speed of that itself.
For sure, and it's podcast intros, honestly, because it's like easy. It's a scalable. You could do $250 to $500 for podcast intros. There's no video required. The shit
Mhm.
that takes a long time is like creating a commercial, editing the commercial, creating the concept. But if they just wanted songs, but that's why I expanded because music just doesn't, unless you're doing radio ads and podcast ads and stuff. But me, I wanted to go bigger and bigger and bigger. But dude, I have artists that do the same thing. My boy Josh, like he can make 3 or 4 of them a day. I have female artists. Like, trust me, in my mind, it's like podcastintros.com.
Mhm.
And I got the domain. But it's like I don't need to start another business at all.
I feel that if I started a business for
If I
every
do,
domain
my
I own,
wife would whoop me. She's like, yo, you're capped, bro. Get attention. That was the last one. Can we just go deeper in the other ones we got? And I'm like, I'm a visionary. I just want to start shit. For real.
I feel that.
I do. I know you do. Me and you vibe on that
I
shit. That
al-
gets us high. We're like, oh!
Yeah.
Alex Dietrich.
Sometimes we just need to be like, back it down. We got other irons in the fire. Let's hold on before we throw another one in. We got
I'll
good
be
shit going.
Yes.
This
We
mo-
got some good shit going. Let's calm it down.
This month alone, we've bought 30 domains.
I feel you, though.
It's all me. I'll call my web designer. Yo, buy every domain that has like NewYorkCityPodcast.com.
Yep.
Anything that's in the top 20 biggest cities with podcast after it.com, buy it.
Yep.
Went out there and bought it. Before that, which was just a few days before that, what the fuck was it? Oh, yeah, we bought 15 of the most searched. So there's something called exact match domains, EMDs, which are just domain names that match a highly searched term. So like SEO companies, stlouis.com. I had our director of search marketing, Zach Dixon, figure out which search terms were searched the most when people were looking for a marketing company to work with. And then we went out and bought the top 15 most search terms.
Digital real estate.
And then we'll go out and we'll build micro websites that will rank super easy for really hard to rank terms because of the domain name.
That's dope.
And so then we'll get we'll be number one for all the SEO terms, all the web design development terms, and PPC terms
That's dope.
because of the domain name. But yeah, no, Alex, I have the same problem where it's like, fuck, I have to convince myself not to start a business at least once a week.
I feel you, bro. Me too.
One time I convinced him to start a business. He bought a farmer's agency. It went terrible. That's how badly I want to start a business.
It went well. Sold it, made some money.
Yeah, that did happen. But
It was definitely a learning
It was
experience.
insurance. So
Yeah. That was that, dude. COVID. Yeah, bad decisions in COVID. Jesus.
yeah, no, we
That was COVID brain.
One thing during COVID we did, we spent like I think we spent $30K on starting a sales team, and then COVID happened. And
No,
it destroyed
COVID happened. Then
everything.
we started a sales team, and then we were like,
Oh yeah, we were
due to
stupid.
COVID, we're giving out these free digital audits.
Yeah, something we'd been doing for years.
Oh
before.
man. Oh jeez, that crashed and fucking burned.
That was terrible.
Dude, I killed it during COVID.
Well, we did great.
too. It's just
But the
ev-
sales
just-
team,
oh
we
my
burned
God.
some money.
Oh my
But no, we
God.
lost our biggest client, our smallest client, and then after that, we absolutely slayed it because with the way we framed it was like the best thing to do right now is digital, which was true. Everyone was on their phones watching streaming services.
Yeah, anyone that's yeah.
No, we pivoted a lot of people from traditional advertising to digital advertising during that. So, but Joey, what are the top 3 things that you believe entrepreneurs listening to this podcast, whether they want to be an entrepreneur, they're an entrepreneur right now, or a C-level executive, you think they need to know about business in your opinion?
That the deeper that they invest in themselves, the better they would do in business. Like it's so much deeper than work. Like if people buy for people, man,
What can they invest in? Like what
their
are some
mental,
Okay.
their physical,
Mm-hmm.
and their spiritual.
Okay.
Like, and that doesn't mean you have to believe in Jesus or whatever you believe in is cool, but it just needs to be something bigger than you. And then just making sure that every single day you're trying to just get better than yesterday, man. It's me. I'm not trying to be no bodybuilder or nothing. I'm watching what I'm eating. I'm making sure my energy is ready, but weaponizing your mind for war, man. Like this shit ain't no joke at all.
No, it's hard as
Yeah.
fuck.
This shit is hard as fuck,
Mhm.
dude. So it's like, but I'm really trying to be the happiest person ever, like every day. Cause dude, I suffer with depression and anxiety and like, I'm bad with that shit, dude. So like, I have to choose to be happy because everything's a choice. And does that deep, dark thoughts and all that shit come? Like there's days where, dude, I'll be curled up. No bullshit. So it's like, you see this energy and you see this and it's probably looks awesome to be this guy. And it's like, yo, this shit is dark, man. This is a price to pay being this way. And I mean, I know a lot of creatives that suffer with this seasonal depression, and that's why I'm going for that FU money. I'm out in December, like December through February is dark for your boy.
No, yeah. We got a guy on
I'm
our
with you.
team that literally cannot operate during the winter.
It's bad,
Like
bro.
winter months are fucking terrible.
But that's one thing.
It sucks here in Missouri. There's nothing to do. You're inside.
Yeah.
It's cold.
I mean, even during
It's-
summer though, like I am straight a loner, bro.
yeah.
Like I am big on bad company corrupts good character. That's another thing with these business owners, that who you surround yourself by, what you're listening to,
Mm-hmm.
like
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
period.
People are listening and watching a bunch
Music,
of bullshit nowadays.
watching. I mean, I won't lie. I love me a bang bang shoot 'em up drug deal. Like I think that I'm like Scarface when I'm watching that shit.
Those movies are amazing.
I love them.
They're
Like Power and
entertaining.
all that shit. I
Come on.
love that hood shit.
American
I
Gangster.
swear
American
I do.
Gangster is always on Netflix.
Yeah,
and
it's
that
fire.
movie is amazing.
Dude, business owners, man, like if you want to learn a skill, is the most powerful person always in the room is the one that can make it rain leads, period. So it's like a skill. If you were like, man, I want to do something, I highly recommend learning how to get leads and close those leads. Because without those, there is no business,
Yeah.
period. So that's another thing. Invest in yourself, learn how to sell, and learn how to freaking get your own leads. And then people buy from people, man. So focus on your personal brand. Like and it doesn't have to be about business at all. And I'm sure there's 100 other things if I'm sitting here really thinking about it. But people buy from people. I'm so big on that. And just
Yeah.
be a student always.
Yeah.
Leading from the front is something you talked about earlier. Did you always lead from the front, or did you do what I did and learned about it a little too late for some people, but you figured it out?
I think that I've always had this thing about me that I didn't know what it was. And it took me, it took wisdom and experience to learn what that actually was, right? So it was a leadership quality inside of me, but that doesn't mean that I was leading from the front, right? It's like I had to really
I feel that.
I was so focused on chasing that I didn't realize that I could lead. But then when I, focused on where my feet were and being present in that moment, I'm always thinking like down the road, like I'll, close a huge client that literally would mind blown people, and like it won't mean nothing because I'm like down the road, right? But as far as the leadership quality is, I've always had something, and I feel like that it factor, if you feel like you have that in you, you do, and if you feel you don't, you don't. It's just a choice too. But it's. I think the leadership quality though is being the glow is bigger than business, but it's also, I'm not the leader in different areas. You know what I'm saying? Like leading from the front. Like don't try to lead from the front from something over someone that is supposed to lead that. Like I don't know if I'm explaining that right, but it's like, I'm the leader of my house, like as the man, but it's like I wouldn't try to lead like the household. Like my wife, that's my wife.
Yeah.
Like know your lane.
Yep.
That's kind of what I'm saying.
Yep.
Yeah.
Know your lane, and it's okay to adventure out, but like know you.
Yeah.
For sure.
100%. Well, Joey, before we wrap up today's episode, what social media profiles, business of yours, etc., would you like to plug for the audience to go out and follow to learn more about you?
Joey.yak on Instagram, Joey Yak Peeper, Pieper on Facebook, personal page. I'm a very personal dude. It will be getattentionstl.com. It's not even out yet. Probably won't even be out by the time this drops. Hit me up, man. If it's anything business, if it's anything content created, but honestly, shit, if you're even suffering, man, I'm just a big ball of energy, and I'm here to help the city of St. Louis. So hit me up on Instagram, Facebook. Holler at me.
And he will probably respond with a video.
Absolutely. Because that's energy, baby.
I introduced him to someone today we were talking about before the show, and I put him in a text convo with a client and good friend of mine, and he immediately sent him a video. That was super
Let
hype.
him know that it's Joey Yak. Yak stands for you already know, and if you don't know,
you probably never will. All right, Joey, Eric, that's all the time we have for today. However,
I'm surprised you didn't want to talk about the new CEO of Twitter. I'm really surprised. Did you even hear about this news?
No.
Oh.
But I feel like shit, so I'm ending it.
Joey,
Eric, that's all the time we have for today. Fuck you, Eric. However, the St. Louis podcast will be back again next week at 7 a.m. Central Standard Time with a new episode, new guests, and unfortunately more of your host, Eric Brown, and myself, Garrett Atkins. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're watching live or later and we said something wrong, said something you hate, or said something you want to hear more about, you can visit us at stlouispodcast.com and leave us a review or, pardon me, a message telling us all about it.
But we do want reviews, though. And
we do want reviews on Spotify and Apple.
Yeah. Leave
subs
us a like.
on YouTube.
Leave us a like,
Send me
leave
money
a comment.
via PayPal.
Yeah, Venmo Garrett at Garrett Atkins.
GarrettAtkins.com. Finally, this episode was recorded at Half Coast Studios in St. Louis, Missouri. If you're looking to start a podcast or take your current podcast to the next level, whether you're local to St. Louis or walking on the Great Wall of China, feel free to reach out to them at halfcoaststudios.com. It's been a pleasure speaking with you today, Joey, and a pleasure hosting this podcast for the people of St. Louis. We'll see you again next week, Friday at 7 a.m. Central Standard Time. Stay classy.
Peace.
Hey there, St. Louis podcast listeners. We've got some exciting news from our sponsor, Farmers Insurance of St. Louis, led by the man, the myth, the legend, Mark Lee. Mark Lee of Farmers Insurance is recruiting agency owners here in St. Louis.
That's right, Garrett, and everyone knows what Farmers Insurance is, and if they don't, they will now.
Yes, it's kind of a household name. That said, as many of you know, a large part of our audience is made up of badass business owners, entrepreneurs, and top producing sales professionals with an open mind like yourself. Farmers Insurance is currently searching for driven individuals who aspire to own their own business or already own their own business and want to add another income stream to join the Farmers Insurance brand and own their own insurance agency.
This is a stellar opportunity to build your own insurance agency from scratch, take over an existing agency, or if you're just a slow roller, we know you, the guys out there and ladies, get paid to train under an existing successful agency owner before starting your own.
Holy shit, Eric. That means that whether you have experience as a business owner or you've never heard the word business before in your life, there's a pathway to owning your own business through Farmers Insurance Agency led by Mark Lee.
That's right. You can become a Farmers Insurance business owner even if you've been homeless in the past, just like you.
Yeah, thanks.
If you've ever dreamt of being your own boss, building a team under a reputable brand, and making a difference in your community by offering top-tier auto, home, and commercial insurance to consumers and businesses in your area, Farmers Insurance of St. Louis, led by the godlike man himself, Mark Lee, has the perfect opportunity for you.
Visit insurancecareerstl.com to speak with Mark Lee, the district manager of Farmers Insurance of St. Louis, to become a Farmers Insurance agency owner today.
Did you hear that, St. Louis? Go visit insurancecareerstl.com. Insurancecareerstl.com. That is INSURANCE, career, CAREERSTL.com.
To become a business owner today. Again, one more time, visit insurancecareerstl, as in St. Louis.com today, right now, this second, or reach out to us at stlouispodcast.com and we'll introduce you to Mark Lee ourselves. And I promise he won't spell out insurance and career to you.